Hello friends, in today's video I have another traditional Appalachian comfort food recipe to share with you. I'm going to cook a mess of soup beans. Now here in my area of southern West Virginia, we call whatever we're cooking or frying a mess. You might hear somebody say, we had a mess of corn today, or I cooked a big mess of green beans yesterday. And of course, soup beans are pintos or brown beans, but you hardly ever hear anybody call them that here. Most of us just call them soup beans. Now, most of us like to eat them with cornbread crumbled in them and a good sweet onion on the side, or even, diced up and just tossed right into the bowl with the cornbread and the beans. But most of the time we eat the soup beans with fried taters, greens or kraut or both, and crispy fried bacon and cornbread. Now I do have a video on making cornbread in an iron skillet, and I'll put a link to that video at the top here, and if you're interested in that, you can just click on the link when it pops up and it'll take you right to that video. Now I'm going to start on the beans. Now I'm using Great Value brand today, and I have a little over 2 cups in my bowl here, and I'm going to look through them really well. Just pick out anything that's discolored, shriveled up. Sometimes you'll even find little pebbles, little rocks in them, and so just toss all that stuff out, go through them really well, and just put them in another bowl. Now when that's done, wash them in cool water 3 or 4 times, depending on how much dirt comes off of them. When the water's nice and clear, they're clean. Now I don't soak the beans like the directions on the bag say to, but if you want to follow the instructions on the bag for soaking them, you can definitely do that. But now I'm going to put these into my kettle, and I'll start with a pot of cool water, about 2 inches up over the beans. And I'll toss in a couple of tablespoons of salt and about 3 tablespoons of bacon grease. And I always make sure that I get some of the bits and pieces of the bacon, because that just adds to the flavor. And I'm going to turn the heat to a medium-high to get them started cooking, and then I'm going to reduce it to low, and I'm going to let them simmer for at least a couple hours. And as the beans cook, now you'll want to add water, and you'll stir them occasionally because they will cook down and the soup will get too thick and they'll scorch if you don't add water occasionally. And I just keep a kettle of hot water on the stove, and I add it to the beans as they cook. And and I'll stir them occasionally to keep them from sticking. And when they are almost finished cooking, I add the last of the water to them, and I'll let them simmer until they thicken a little bit again, and till they're nice and tender. And now soup beans are also really good if you put some ham in them, a ham bone. If you have a ham bone, oh my goodness, it's so good to just toss that ham bone right in there and cook right along with your soup beans. And I have even used the slices of like the deli ham, the thicker slices of sandwich meat. That's really good in them too. So now we're ready for a good Appalachian meal of soup beans, fried taters, greens and kraut, crispy fried bacon, and cornbread. Oh, and don't forget that onion. We have to have that sweet onion. So anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I surely would appreciate it. You can leave a comment below this video. I love to chit chat, and I will answer any comments or questions that you might leave. And so until next time, you all be blessed. I'll catch you in the next one. Happy trails.